Hi there. So today's video is going to be a little bit long because I'm going to go through the slides with you for this video just to make sure you have everything you need. This is a new unit. So, not a new unit, my apologies, but it's a new task. So task 3. So you are on to task 3, what is water? So we're going to dive into specifics about water. So you're going to do a little bit, we're going to do our labs. We're gonna do some hands-on things, and we're gonna do look at some pictures and things like that. So we're gonna explore water in greater detail. Okay. So these are a couple things. Do you have any questions still? This is our academic vocabulary for this particular task. So as you can see, we're going to kind of go down to the molecular level of water and figure out why it's so important. Again, lab safety sheet will be due by Thursday, or you will not be able to participate in the lab. We have a lab part 1, part 2, Thursday and Friday. Again, here's a link to the safety sheet and a link to the Google form if you need that. Otherwise, it's in a classroom as well. I'm creating a slide for my videos just so Ms. Garrett's class can skip that if they need to. Here is our first activity for the day. This is vocabulary. So extraction is your word of the day. Got a couple of minutes to work on that, find that, and add the definition and draw a picture of what you think extraction means. Rosa Parks Day. Today is Rosa Parks Day. It's a really big deal. Rosa Parks is a very, very big deal for civil rights movement. A hero, as she should be. Okay, so where can we find water in different environments? So what we're going to do, and it depends on the guest teacher, if the guest teacher wants to do this in small groups or as a whole. I've done it both ways, depending on the class. I know some of you will benefit from doing this as a whole class. Some of you might be better off doing it independently, just kind of depends. But what I would do is just kind of talk about each picture as a whole group. Just have a good conversation. All right. Please have a good, honest, decent conversation with each other about these two questions. These are the questions that we're going to focus on. What examples of matter do you see in the environment? And where do you see examples of water in the environment? So then you have to think about two questions. Number one is, what is matter? Okay, just a refresher from elementary school. What is matter? And then what are examples of water? Okay, so if you go to the next slide, so we learned about natural distribution of natural resources around the world. Water is a natural resource. So it's actually one of the most important resources that we have. As a group, as a whole class, or a small group, again, depending on what the guest teacher decides, you're going to take a look at the pictures and discuss the questions. The answers, your discussion answers, are going to go on page 19. These are going to be your evidence. Okay, everything we do is evidence. Everything we do goes back to what did you learn from those? So you're going to click on this image, and that's going to take you to a slideshow. And in this slideshow, these are some environmental images, and they'll look better if they're on the on the screen, so you can get a really good look at them. Okay, so first, in the first image, you're going to see what are some examples of matter. All right, we see rocks, we see water, we see the ocean, we see a boat way out here, probably towns right out here. Are those birds? Okay, so what is matter? We're going to answer that question. And then obviously, where do you see water? Okay, water, this is all water. Okay, what kind of water is that? More than likely, that is ocean water. All right, you're going to do that for every slide you see. And some of the slides are going to be a little tricky. Okay, where do you see water in here? All right, where do you see water in here? All right. So in this one, is the water a problem? Is this one of the effects of water that might be a problem? Okay, how about this one? I know that looks like it's on fire, but it's really not. And where do you see water here? Are there any tricky questions? What is this up here? It looks like dragon scale. What do you think it is? Okay, there's another one. And then there's a video on water itself. You guys can watch as a group. Okay? So once you're done with that, answer your questions. What examples of matter do you see? Where do you see it? Now, obviously, the best solution is to write these down as you guys are doing them as a group. Okay? That's what I would do for the day. And that's all you got to do for this one. Okay? All right. Have a good Wednesday. And then don't forget your lab safety sheet. It's due tomorrow.